What's up, guys? It's Rob here, and today we're going to be talking about oil and gas prices and what's been decimating them over the past couple of weeks, as well as what could be going on with them in the future and the effect that these prices are having on the overall economy. Because we're seeing today, especially, oil and gas prices are falling pretty dramatically. They're slumping for a couple of reasons, as a lot of news agencies have been pointing out. They've been hit by two things. One, they've naturally been falling because there's been artificial supply constraints placed on them when we initially sanctioned Russia. And that actually had a very negative impact on oil prices because they were a big exporter of oil. And so that raised the price a lot. As supply lines have figured themselves out, we've seen a natural decrease, but that's been coupled with the fact that we're also starting to see some big demand concerns. And that's mainly what's really causing a lot of these sharp drops in oil prices. We're going to look at some charts in a second, but first, some of these demand concerns are caused. There's really two main causes. The first one is China. China is facing a lot of COVID restrictions right now, and that's actually slowing down a lot of their industry and is decreasing their demand for oil. In addition, we're also seeing the Federal Reserve hike rates, and that's been causing oil prices to fall as well, because as the Federal Reserve hikes rates, businesses are less likely to take out loans because the interest rates on those loans are higher, and thus they're less likely to be engaging in activities that require the capital of loans, and so there's less demand for the oil that those activities would have consumed. So they don't want to transport goods as often. They don't want to create goods as often. They basically use less oil the higher these rates go, and it becomes more expensive to borrow money to then spend on oil as well. So there's a couple of reasons why we're seeing oil fall, and today especially, if you look at the one-day chart, you can see that oil is down massively. We just plummeted. And we're down about 5.5% on the day, down below to $78 per barrel. This is pretty good stuff because regarding inflation, inflation over the past 2 months has actually been dictated by what's gone on with oil and gas prices. If you look at the past 2 months worth of data, you can see that July and August were actually the months where we saw massive deflation in oil and gas prices, down about 7.6% in energy commodities in July, down 10% in August. And that actually is what led to annualized deflation in the months of July and August. And while August wasn't as impressive as July, investors weren't as happy about the August numbers because there was inflation in other categories. It still was helped massively by the fact that oil was becoming cheaper and cheaper. And that is a trend that we're continuing to see, which will surely be helping out overall with the future CPI readings and future economic projections that we're going to get. The cheaper that oil gets, really the easier it is to engage in very many activities for a lot of companies that need oil to transport goods, to create goods, and do all kinds of stuff. So it's really going to help out the overall economy, and it's certainly going to help out you guys if you see your oil or gas prices decreasing at the gas station. You're going to be able to drive further and do what you want for less. So that's overall a very good thing. Now, the downside to all of this is that when the Federal Reserve hikes rates, we do tend to see the stock market move down, and that's been happening over the past couple of days. So it is give and a take. There's a yin and a yang to this. When we see gas prices going down because of the Fed hiking rates, oftentimes stocks are moving down as well, which is unfortunate, but over the long run, it's important to get prices coming down. We need to curb all of this inflation that we've been seeing over the past couple of months and really get it into a more controllable state. So that's just a quick update on what's been going on with gas and oil. I just wanted to let you guys know what we're seeing today. Overall, I'm liking the look of it. I think that we're moving in a positive direction of gas at least getting cheaper, although other things in the inflation readings are still unfortunately inflating. We'll hopefully be able to get those down in the future, but that remains to be seen. So if you guys appreciate this video, feel free to subscribe to the channel. And other than that, feel free to join our exclusive community with the top link in the description. I'll see you guys in the next one. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Keep in mind, none of this is financial advice. Bye.